We are solving rational expressions, and in this case, we want to solve equations by using the LCD and then check for extraneous solutions. So the first thing is we want to find the LCD. We want to multiply all fractions by the LCD, solve the equation, and then check for your solutions. So for this one, we see that we have a 2. For this fraction, we see that we have an x. And for this fraction, we see that we have a 1. So the least common denominator for this is going to be 2x. So we understand that underneath this 3 here, we have a 1 in the denominator. So in order to make this denominator become 2x, we have to multiply by 2x over 2x. Now, we already have an x in the denominator here, so we only have to add a 2, and we're going to get that by multiplying by 2 over 2. And then over here, we already have the 2. We're missing the x, so we're going to have to multiply by x over x. So we go through and we do that multiplication, and we get 7x over 2x plus 6 over 2x is equal to 6x over 2x. Now, one thing that we notice here is all of our denominators are 2x. And one way that we can really simplify this for ourselves is if we multiply the whole fraction by 2x over 1. Now we have 2x in the numerator, 2x in the denominator, and when we distribute this to each part, each term, the 2x and the 2x cancel each other out. And what we're going to be left with is just 7x plus 6 equals 6x. So then we can subtract 7x, and we get 6 is equal to negative 1x divided by negative 1. And then we get negative 6 is equal to x. And now the last step is we just have to check our answer here. So we have 7 over 2 plus 3 over negative 6 is equal to 3. So 7/2, this is minus 1/2, is equal to 3. So 7 minus 1 is going to be equal to 6 over 2, and that is equal to 3. So negative 6 is a solution. All right, then we can look at the next one, and we're going to solve that the same way. Remember, we understand that under this 2, we have a 1, and so we just want to get all of our denominators the same. Here we have an x, we have a 3, so this we need to make the 3x, so we're going to multiply this by 3x over 3x. We're going to multiply this fraction by x over x, and we're going to multiply this fraction by 3 over 3. And when we do that, we end up with 6 over 3x plus 4x over 3x is equal to 6x over 3x. And again, we notice that we have the denominator is the same of 3x. And so what we can do to get rid of that is we can multiply this whole equation by 3x over 1. And what that's going to do when we distribute that to all the terms is the 3x's are all going to cancel. And what we're going to be left with is 6 plus 4x is equal to 6x. So we can subtract 4x. and then we get 6 is equal to 2x, and then we divide by 2, and we get 3 is equal to x. And now the last thing, we just need to check to make sure that this will work. And so we'll write over here, 2 over 3 plus 4 over 3 is equal to 2. And we're checking it. So we have the common denominator already. So 2 plus 3, or excuse me, 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 over 3, 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. So 3 is equal to x is a solution.